think my first affiliate stream was in December, a month after I started streaming. And that day I got a raid off Smoke. I remember it vividly, exactly what I was doing at the time. And I think I was throwing myself off a big tower in a mouse because zombies were after me. And I remember saying, like, I go out in my own terms kind of thing. And as I jump off this tower, Smoke brings like 2,000 people over.
Oh my God.
Everyone's like, we just saw that. Oh my God. I didn't know how to react. And it was just, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I think both TRMZ and Smoke, I owe a lot to them with the raids and then like sharing their communities with me and things. And I'm in their streams whenever I can, really, to support them and things. But
welcome to Tarnix, a podcast for content creators to come on and share their stories, experiences, and advice. And today I'm super excited. I have Holidays. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
All right. So the way we get things started, we do 3 random questions. So are you ready?
I am. Yes.
All right. So first one is best thing about where you live.
It's kind of like in the middle of everywhere really. Like I'd say it's in the middle of like my family. So it's kind of nice that it doesn't take long to get anywhere really. We've got I'd say Blackpool's not too far away, which the beach.
Oh, nice.
Really. I mean, it's not the best place, but it's a day out.
Yep.
Big university close by as well.
Oh, cool.
I've been living here for about 10 years now, and I moved from Manchester, so
nice.
It's nice.
Well, it's nice to have family close by. That's so important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Second question. You're heading out to your favorite place to eat. What are you getting?
Oh, that's a good question. There was a place nearby here called Chiquitos, which I think is closed down now, but they used to have this amazing chicken and pulled pork burgers with skin on fries, and they were so good.
Oh.
I miss that place. That's what I'd have 100%.
All right. Now, what is skin on fries? Is that like French fries with the potato skins or the skin not peeled off?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And the last one is, what was the last good movie or TV show you watched?
Oh, I think, I've been watching The American Office with my partner. We've watched it a few times, but we've never actually watched the last season. I'm always like, I don't want to finish it and then have nothing to go to after that. But we finished that, I think, 2 days ago now.
Yeah.
It's so good. I can watch it over and over again.
And what are you guys going to watch next now?
I'm not sure. I think we've got quite a few on the list.
Yeah.
I've never seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so I think we want to watch that at some point. We've started like Peaky Blinders and not finished it. Breaking Bad, and we never finished that either. So we've got a lot to finish off.
Oh my! And now, did you watch the UK version of The Office?
I watched little bits.
Yeah.
But I was never really a fan. I think just the American Office was just a bit better in my opinion.
All right, cool. All right, so welcome to the pod. So, what is your background? Where are you from?
I was from Bolton, in Lancashire. I do graphic design at the moment. I studied for that, and I got finally, about 2 years ago, I landed a job as a junior graphic designer.
Oh, nice.
And then promoted to just a graphic designer now, which is nice. I work from home. It's perfect. I wouldn't change that at all.
Awesome. And now, as an artist, what is I love talking to people like you because I love to get your take on, AI, because, with, Mid-Journey, I can type something as long as I'm good at describing it. I got something, but it's, as an artist, that must make you cringe because there's no heart, there's no soul in what, somebody's creating. Yeah.
I mean, like my profile picture, I think the one you've used is an AI thing. Yeah. It's disheartening to see people use it and then kind of class it as their own. I mean, it might be your ideas, but it's not your work.
Right.
I know I create emotes for Twitch streamers, and I know some people have used that for it, which kind of puts people like us out of a job.
Right.
But I guess it's more difficult for the people that are freelancing than myself, that I work for a company. So that's not something I particularly see very often.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's crazy how good the AI is now.
Yeah, just like, you put in, with, what focal length, make this image using this camera lens. And it's like, I like it from the concept of it can spark some ideas. And then from that, I can, change things or maneuver it, or just like from, when you use ChatGPT to get the basis of something. And now I can, instead of having a blank piece of paper, you've got something to work from. So I like it from that, but as yourself as an artist, it's like, like you said, like doing emojis. Okay, there's just type it in and you're good. It's like, no, it's not the same.
Pretty much. I think Joito has mastered the art of AI for her like going live tweets.
Yeah.
She's so good at it.
Oh my Lord.
I don't know how she does it.
What made you hit the go live button?
In, I think, 2020, I think it was, in March, I lost my job due to COVID.
Yeah.
And I mean, remarkably, the same day I managed to find another job, which was like working for the NHS 111 like COVID response thing, where is I'd take calls for people that were worried about COVID if they thought they had symptoms, kind of to offer them advice, put them through to a medical professional. Sometimes I even had to call ambulances. It was very, very start of COVID. I think when it got a little bit worse, we kind of started to work from home.
Yeah.
So my role kind of changed, where I had that horrible job of calling people up, making sure they were isolating and they know the rules and things like that. But we got like a batch of contacts that we had to go through. And then after that, it was kind of, well, there was not much else to do. So I had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
I started to watch The Running Man a lot. And then seeing like how much fun he had, the adventures he went on, and seeing how much Dayz had changed since I last played, I thought I might just give it a go.
Yeah.
I'll start playing Dayz again, and then I had like a little gaming laptop. I thought I'll just try it one day, and I just not looked back since.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Oh shoot. And now, going back further, when did video games start for you?
Oh, I would say, I think one of the first video games I played was, I think it was Casper, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I mean, I was very, very young then. And then it was kind of, as time went on, it was The Sims on like the first PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I was far too young, but Grand Theft Auto was definitely a game I played.
Oh, yeah. And now over the years, what are some games that really stuck out for you as your favorites?
I'd say Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorites, and Fallout 3. Nothing can compare to them really, other than DayZ now is obviously my favorite. Fallout New Vegas is, I don't know, it's very, very different to say Fallout 4 and Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And I know Starfield came out recently, which is very, very similar, just in space, which I played a lot of hours on.
Now, what did you think of that?
I know a lot of people didn't really like it, really, but I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. I think there's like 10 new game plus adventures you can go on, and I'm on my 4th one, I think. Oh, wow. So it's the same thing over and over again. But I love it.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Does it seem hollow? Like it just seems like there should be more there. Like they hyped it up, but that's what a lot of gaming companies do.
Yeah, I think there could be more to it, like more different routes you could go down. I say
Yeah.
for New Vegas, you could pick what kind of faction you wanted to be on. You can kind of do that for Starfield, but it's not as you can kind of work with them all, but you
Yeah.
can't really do that in New Vegas. You've got to pick one, and that's what you go with. But if you start a new game, you can go with someone else, and the story's different.
And now, anything you're looking forward to coming out?
I there's quite a few. I'm a big fan of Sims,
Mm-hmm.
so there's quite a few things like that coming out, called like Paralives, which
Yep.
I'm very much looking forward to, and GTA 6 because
Mm-hmm.
that was announced. Um, other than that, really, I wouldn't say so.
Now,
I'm kind of looking forward.
did you ever get
Go ahead.
into GTA RP or doing any of that stuff?
I didn't know. I kind of wanted to give it a go, but I've never been the RP type.
Yeah.
I think I've been encouraged by Bohani a few times. He does it quite a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I've never had the guts to just go for it.
Yeah, it's got to be so different. It's just like now you're a character and you've got to portray that character versus,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be so bizarre to get
I
into.
don't think I could. Yeah, I don't think I could keep it up. I have
Right.
a lot of respect for the people that can
Yeah.
just have this character that they play all day, every day.
Right. It's like a soap opera.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Oh, all right. So, when did you first hit that go live button? Was that back in 2020?
Yeah, I remember it was the 28th of November
Yeah.
2020. I remember it exactly, yeah.
And that first stream when you had strangers come, like, were you just streaming to yourself or it all, you had people trickle in?
Um, I was kind of streaming to myself. I honestly had no idea what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I I started it very, very blind. I didn't have like a starting soon screen or
Yeah.
be right back screens or anything like that. Um, just a few people just coming in and saying hello. It just completely blew my mind that people were just coming in to have
Yeah.
a look and see what was going on.
Oh my. And now, over time, what have been some of the highlights since you first hit that go live button?
Ooh, I think last year, we raised some money for the charity To Write Love on Our Arms, which is a charity dedicated to like presenting hope for people that struggle with depression,
Okay.
addiction, self-injury, and suicide. And I think we raised about
Oh, wow.
2,400 thanks to my community. It was
Ah,
it was it was so nice to do something like that.
yeah.
And since then we did a little charity for WWE for the bears and of the animals and
Yeah.
things like that, which was nice because I was in memory of my granddad who passed away a year before that.
Yeah. Oh,
Um, I would say another one is being invited to the Survivor stream team and being part of the Ladiez of Dayz
yeah.
stream team. Yeah, there's quite a few highlights, definitely.
And now, what is the toughest thing about hitting that go live button?
I would. Oh, that is a good question. It's at this. I know at the start of it all, I was like super excited to go live because it was all new to me. I'd get up ridiculously early, and as soon as my partner went to work, I'd start streaming, and
Yeah.
think I was learning so much. It was exciting and nerve-wracking. Now it's kind of like I'm still nervous, but I look forward to it because I get to chat to everybody, and I I kind of always play games with friends now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always looking forward to playing with whoever. I mean, I think I stream on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays now, and kind of have the same people that I play with every week,
Yeah.
which is just it's so nice. I made some incredible friends from Daisy, which is mind blowing, really.
And now, what is, have you found being consistent with your schedule helped you in growing your community and viewership?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, when I was Um, like at the very, very start, I was able to stream every Thursday and Friday. Um, and it kind of things changed when my work schedule changed. So if my obviously my rota was a bit different, changing things out was kind of it didn't work out for the best
Yeah.
sometimes because obviously the people that you usually see can't make it, but then you do meet new people. I think I when I before I got this job that I'm currently at now, I was able to do this full time for about 3 weeks,
Yeah.
which was I was super excited to do. I think like day streams were just so eventful all the
Mm-hmm.
time. But now doing evening streams and obviously when doing evening streams, I get to play with people that I can't play with during the day.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be tough to start doing evening streams at first, and it was obviously a big shock because a lot of the people that were there during the day couldn't be there at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
But it's over time, it's definitely worked out for the best.
Well, good.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
And now those 3 weeks, when you did it full time, 40-hour work week, or do you like that balance of like, okay, your normal job and then, streaming?
At the time, then that was kind of all I wanted to do. I could
Yeah.
play Daisy all day, every day. But now I'm kind of, oh, I would love to do it full time,
Yeah.
but I would like to do the variety kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing. I wouldn't want to play Daisy all day, every
Right.
day.
Yep.
I mean, I TRMZ doing it all day, every day. I, it's incredible. I don't know how he does it. I know it's his favorite game.
Yeah.
I would love to,
For
but
so
it's
many years. Yeah. I hear
yeah,
you.
definitely. But I know every day on Daisy is different.
Mm-hmm.
You meet new people every day.
Yeah, I see it from the Escape from Tarkov community too. A lot of creators that are
Mm,
just, they main that one game, and it's like it's not easy. It's a tough thing to
yeah,
do, every day, and you can't just switch it up and go to the Sims because your community are there to
yeah.
watch you. You're gonna take a hit. Like, what when you first went live, was it with Daisy?
Yes, it was on Daisy. It was on. I think it was Day One's Winter Chinaris, like maybe. Yeah, and I remember bumping into the likes of like Lax and Ben Fruit and things like that, which I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even believe at the time because I used to watch them a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's more recently on Thursdays I kind of do something different now. So um I stream with Bohani, who's he wanted to do other games.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing a bit of like Lethal
Oh,
Company and
nice.
Payday and Dead Side. I kind of trying to keep it similar kind of games,
Yeah.
but it's tough because we want to try different things.
Right. And now when you started switching up and playing some other games, did you notice a difference did your community stay with you because you've been just, streaming Daisy for so long and they just like hanging out with you? Or did you see your viewership sort of go down when you switched up those games?
um, I saw it go down, but I know it's kind of daunting playing something different because the people that you usually talk to
Mm-hmm.
that come in your stream often might not enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bit of guilt because they've come from Daisy,
Right.
but every Thursday I'm always like, thanks for sticking around even though we're playing something different.
Right.
But they're always like, we're here for you, not for the game you
Yeah.
play. And it's just so nice of them to say that.
Yeah.
It just kind of puts your mind at ease.
Nice. Well, I describe it as, you're the creator, the streamer. You're like that local bartender. People come into the pub and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, people are dropping in, leaving, coming by, and you're just like, it's a comfortable place where people love to hang out once you built that community.
Yeah. It's nice to have the same people come back and just it's every now and again we'll have someone come in that was around right at the start.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, how have you been? Kind of things. Like we used to talk nearly every day. I always recognize the names from the beginning,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, nice. And now, something that's unique with being a streamer is, when you're raided, nothing really prepares you for like somebody bringing their giant house party to your, one bedroom
Yeah.
apartment. What have been some of the bigger raids that, somebody's dropped in on you?
Um, the Running Man and Smoke are definitely like the same amount of people
Yeah.
each time. I think my first affiliate stream was in December, a month after I started
Mm-hmm.
streaming, and that day I got a raid off Smoke.
Uh-huh.
I remember it vividly, exactly what I was doing at the time, and I think I was throwing myself off a big tower in a mouse because zombies were after me, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember saying like I go out in my own terms kind of thing, and as I jump off this tower, Smoke brings like 2,000 people
Oh my
over.
God.
Everyone's like, we just saw that. Oh my God. I didn't know how to react, and it was just it was incredible.
Yeah.
I think both TRMZ and Smoke, I owe a lot to them with the raids and then like sharing their communities with me
Mm-hmm.
and things, and I'm in their streams whenever I can
Yeah.
really to support them and things. But yeah, definitely I owe a lot to them too.
Yeah, nothing prepares you like you just said, you just threw yourself off a building and now
Yeah.
you've got 2,000 people coming in, your chat's flying by, you're like, I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Hollie, and like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Because, nothing trains you for that.
No, absolutely. I just remembered I didn't know what to say. I just kept saying thank you over and over again. Can't keep up with chat and follows.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd been streaming a month at that time.
And did you have
I
a
think
mod
that was
already there to, sort of help along, or were you just like doing everything?
um I I may have had a mod, but I think because I was streaming when everyone was really at work
Mm-hmm.
in the UK, things happened so
Oh my
fast.
Lord.
I don't remember.
Ah, and now, for somebody who is going to hit that go live button for the first time, what kind of advice would you?
I'd say you don't need a fancy setup to start streaming. I mean, I started on like a cheap gaming laptop that I hooked up to my TV because I didn't have a desk.
Yeah.
I hooked it up to my TV. I had a keyboard and mouse on a lap tray, a super cheap headset, and it
Yeah.
worked. And it's obviously as time goes on, you can upgrade those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that streaming on that laptop, I don't know how it worked, but I mean that thing's still going now, so
Oh wow.
it's a good one.
Yep.
But yeah,
Excellent.
you don't need expensive kit to start going, definitely.
Yeah. And you don't need a camera either, especially if you're playing a game like
No.
DayZ, you keep that immersion, and because
Yeah.
that's what I found with a lot of the DayZ streamers, like Running Man or Echo, and Joe.
Yeah.
It's it kind of breaks that immersion when you're in that zombie sort of game.
Yeah, I think to me it doesn't really matter if they have a camera
Yeah.
or not. I know to some people that they prefer without, and that I think seeing someone on a camera kind of takes away from the game.
Yeah.
But I think if they're comfortable with having a camera, then go for it. I mean, I could never do it,
Yeah.
but I had a lot of respect for people that do.
Yeah, it is different because when you have that camera, now you got to be on that even more than just like playing your game and focusing on chat.
Yeah.
You got to sort of, be ready, and everybody's
Yeah.
watching you, and it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
can't eat, I can't, it's a
Yeah.
total different, a different experience, and to me, I think it's even more draining when you have that camera on.
I agree. I think the more people are watching you
Yeah.
and not the game, I mean, I know there's a couple of streamers that I watch with a camera, and their reactions to what happens in the game is so good to see that they make some funny moments and some heartwarming moments. But it's the constant eyes on you.
Right. Yeah.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yep. All right. So, Daisy, how did you find the game? What was your path to it?
Uh, I gave it a go when it was a mod for armor, and when I gave it a go, it was on this tiny little laptop which barely even ran it. And I remember trying the game out and the zombies coming through the doors. I was like, this is crazy. I remember seeing that the zombies reacted to how loud and how, like, if you ran, like they could hear you and things like that. At the start, it was terrifying. I found it scary. I think with having that rubbish little laptop, I had to stop. I think as soon as it came out on as a standalone, I like got it straight away.
Yeah.
And then I think I picked it back up, I think about a year after it came out. I think when I had an actual PC that could run it. I used to play on like Wobo servers back in the day. And then I kind of stopped that because I went to uni, and then I picked it up again in 2020. I left it for a while.
Yeah.
So seeing how it had changed so much when starting to watch Running Man was insane.
And now, what was the hook the game had on it? That had on you that made you come back and keep playing it?
Yeah, I'd say when I first started it, when it first came out, I was terrified of losing loot.
Yeah.
I had insane gear fear, and to the point where it's like I'm so protective over it. I must do what I can to keep this gear. But I kind of never really got into any action because of that. I think when starting back up in 2020, it was the people you met. I think if it wasn't for the people I met in DayZ, I wouldn't continue to play it. I think you meet so many different people all the time, and every adventure's different.
Yep.
That's what keeps me coming back, definitely.
All right. And now, what was the hardest part to learn? If somebody's picking up DayZ for the first time, for you, what was the hardest thing to sort of get your head around?
Everything in DayZ kind of happens all at once. You've got to be so careful of... I think if someone was to pick it up now, it's a lot tougher now than it was when I started to play. Because obviously, if you get hit by a zombie now, you have to make sure that you bandage with clean, disinfected rags, otherwise you'll get sick. You've got to be careful if you have bloody hands now, and it's finding food on certain servers is very, very difficult. But I'd say probably encountering a couple of zombies all in one go. It's going to be the hardest time for you.
And now, speaking of the different DayZ servers, what's your favorite flavor of DayZ to play?
Ooh, I think a lot of people call it like vanilla with sprinkles.
Yeah.
I like Zero servers are my favorite. I like Day One and Spaggies. I know Spaggies is vanilla. Day One is a little bit, tiny bit modded. I think for PvE, I like Archon. And then I think for something a little bit different, which has a couple of mods, has base building and like challenges and tasks to do. It's called Integrity Gaming servers. They're really good as well.
All right. Now, are you a fan of base building? I seem to get mixed views on that. Some people love it, and some people like, nope, no, thank you.
I have never tried it really. I think on my first like PvE server I went on, they had base building. I kind of had like it's kind of a little like shed in a box kind of thing where you just put it up and kind of collect the materials. But I've never really done anything like with the proper base building, like with the flag and protecting what you have. And I'd love to give it a go, but I won't even know where to start.
Yep. And now, what are some of the things you would like to see them add to the game?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. I am a sucker for how, for like the clothes
Yeah.
in DayZ and how you look. A couple more options, for fashion would be quite good.
Yeah.
And I'd say a couple of different looking zombies, maybe. Say ones that only say pick up your I'd say pick up the sounds you make,
Yeah.
or like the ones that just crawl.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that say kind of like Last of Us in a way, where there's all like different kinds of zombies, like
Yeah.
ones that stalk you and things like that. I mean, that would be terrifying, but
Oh,
it'd be cool
absolutely.
to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, a couple of other suggestions I've heard is one is, when somebody disconnects, there's like a beep or something or some tone that lets you know, because if somebody's hiding in a room or a
Oh
house,
yeah.
I think it was Joe said that you're hunting somebody down, and then all of a sudden you're waiting 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and it's like he's gone. It's like that
Oh,
doesn't
that's a
help.
good one.
Yeah, and then I think
Yeah.
Ariana was saying she would like to be able to, give somebody a hug before they leave after you've been found a stranger or something. You went on an adventure to be able to like hug. It's like that's
Oh,
interesting.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Because usually it's when I say bye, it's you kind of wave,
yeah,
but I like that idea of the
yeah.
hugging because it's kind of you kind of ending the run
Right.
and you've had such a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that one. It's a good idea.
yeah. So now, do you partake in any of the Dayz events that people put on?
Yeah, I've been part of a few now. I took part. I think the first one I was in was Queens of the Castle, which
Yeah.
was last year, by Ariana. That I think I became really good friends with Jinxie from that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I accidentally team killed her in that event. She brings it up now and again, but we're good friends from that.
Nice.
I've been in Survive Duos by Happy Bombs, been Devil's Descendant Trios. But I think my favorite one would have been Happy Bomb's True Colors event, which it was just so fast paced. And I became like really good friends with Senny from being in that one.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But I'm looking forward to Happy Bomb's next True Colors event. I can't wait for that.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, he was on a month or so ago. What a fantastic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is incredible, talented, and how the fact that he adds his own like touches to the servers that he has is just it's so nice. Like playing, say, a normal Essica and things, it's just not the same than playing Zero Essica.
Yeah. Excellent.
Definitely.
And now, when you play DayZ, you said you like to run with friends. Do you also do like some solo days as well? Like, let's see what we can see if we who we run into.
I used to do. That's kind of all I used to do was just solo runs.
Yeah.
Kind of meet people in game. Then I kind of never had the guts to ask someone if they wanted to play.
Yeah.
But then I one day I was like, I'm just going to ask someone. And then now I've not stopped. Now I'm always playing with someone. It's I can't even think of saying play DayZ without playing with someone because it's daunting really. Like it's going to be quiet if you don't find anyone. And I think for me, I'm a very nervous player. So someone shooting at me makes me jump and things. Like having someone else like to talk to in game is just puts your mind at ease a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, how would you describe the DayZ community?
It's a very strong community. I think it's like in a crazy array of different personalities that don't like always see eye to eye, but like the one thing I think everyone can agree on is wanting to see DayZ succeed and like continue to grow as it has been.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what is it like the 10-year anniversary this month as well, which is incredible.
That is wild. 10 years,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's still growing.
Yep. And it's it seems to be gaining more momentum with all the mods people are doing, what the developers are doing with the game. It's just there's no stopping it.
I think there's something for like every play style too. So if you don't want to deal with PvP, PvE is great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, PvE servers, people might think they're really easy, but usually zombies are ramped up. There's more of them. There's monsters, and there's so much for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know that this was a thing. I had Mr. Gibbons on a while ago, and he started out when he was playing, he would do RP Daisy server. Like, it was like, oh,
Oh
I didn't
wow,
even think
yeah.
like you give yourself a
Yeah.
whole story, and it's like only the way he can describe it too is like, oh my God, he's a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, how would you describe somebody's coming into your stream for the first time? What are they in for? What are they going to expect? Or
Not good gameplay, I would say. I'm more of I'm not I'd say I'm not really good at PvP at all. I'm like good with a revolver and sometimes an SKS, but that is pretty much it.
yeah.
I think it's kind of more the community, like the people that are in there that make it for me. I think I mean, my community like love to bully and take the mick out of me, but they are like a wonderful bunch of amazing people. I've made some really, really good friends from them, and they're so supportive. It blows my mind. I don't know what I've done to deserve the lovely bunch that they are.
When you're done streaming for the day, what are some things you like to do outside of, DayZ?
I'd say usually when I finish streaming at usually about 10:30 at night for me, it's kind of wind down, watch a couple of episodes of series with my partner,
Yeah.
and then. But if I'm not streaming, I'm kind of probably still playing games, but with my partner and my brother, we kind of play. We used to play a lot of COD, and then it's become Apex now.
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
we keep switching between the two. And if I'm not doing that, I'm quite creative. I design things for people in my spare time too. So like emotes for people and logos and things like that. Yeah.
Now, any movies coming up you want to go see?
I kind of have a thing where I don't watch trailers.
Oh,
I kind of just wait until they're out.
Yeah.
Because usually trailers tell me too much.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just see what comes out, and maybe a little bit of what it's about. Or, I mean, my fella is a big film buff. He loves movies and series and things.
Yeah.
So he's probably the one that goes, "You'll like this. Let's go and watch it. Let's watch it together," kind of thing. So,
and now, what is your comfort movie? Movies on TV. Like, if it shows up on TV, you have to watch it. What is that movie for you?
I love watching Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I must admit, it's kind of.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a film I've grown up with.
Yeah.
I love Harry Potter. I think and the Marvel films.
Yeah.
Love Marvel. Yeah. Which it's nice. Like me and my partner both agree that Marvel's one of our favorite. And
now, which which Marvel sort of movie sticks out for you guys?
Oh, I think I love the Iron Man films. Like they're my favorite, but I think Endgame was the best. Yeah. It just kind of finishes it all, and it was emotional to watch at the cinema. But it was fantastic. Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah, there were so many good movies sprinkled in that whole sort of, canon. You had, Captain America was good. The first Iron Man was good. And it's just, and the Avengers when they all came together. And then the Endgame. Yeah, I totally agree on that. Yeah. And, and then Harry Potter, like you said, you grew up with that. My daughter, she read the first one, I think, when she was 10. And she read them so fast, we had to stop her with like the later books because it was getting too violent. I was like, hang on, you're 12. You can't be reading, the Order of the Phoenix. I was like,
Harry Potter, we usually watch on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I don't know if to me it seems like a Christmassy film.
Yep.
I guess like Die Hard seems to be a Christmassy film for some people too.
Yeah. Who are some of the people you like to roll DayZ with?
At the moment, I've been playing a lot on Tuesdays with British. We kind of started to play a lot more recently. We would play a lot offline with a couple of other friends and like my brother, my fella as well, which is nice. We usually play on a Friday. And then on Wednesdays, it's usually Senny. It changes every now and again, but it's usually always with Senny. And then on Thursdays, it's usually Bohani.
Okay.
Which is kind of our variety day. where we try and play something different to Daisy.
Nice. And now earlier you talked about two things: the Survivorz and the the Ladiez. So what are
Yeah.
the Survivorz?
Survivorz is just like a group of like-minded people that love Survivor games and Daisy. Really, it's a nice little family,
Yeah.
I'd say. Like we'd chat together in like the Discord and things, trying to arrange like game nights and things. It's like I think we all have our own little like friendship in there,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone's so friendly and would be happy to help you out if you ask them and things.
Nice. And then the Ladiez?
The Ladiez is great. Like the Discord is full of, again, like people helping each other out and they're always supporting each other. It's nice to have just Discord for the ladies where we
Yep.
can all share like our similar thoughts and feelings and on things and things. So it's a nice team to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had something similar over in the Tarkov space. Nixia started up. She's the chatettes, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of female play a Discord where female streamers can come in, and they just a safe place for them to hang out, and if they share like, hey, we had this creepy guy come in, and then immediately it sprinkles out through the whole all of them, like, oh, everybody gets a heads up. And I just think it's a great idea, and because there's I'm always surprised with how many idiots still are online, and the crap that every creator deals with, but at the same time what the female content creators got to deal with, it's not fun or easy.
Yeah, I think with that, if we speak about it in the Discord, everyone's always like got each other's backs.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so sorry that happened. Like, who is this person so we can watch out?
Yeah.
So we know what to do if it happens and we know what to look out for.
Yeah.
But that everyone's just so nice with each other in there. There's no drama and things like that. It's a nice place to be.
Yeah, I have to say, all the people I've had from the Daisy side of things have all just been wonderful people, and I'm so glad I found you guys. You guys are all great folks.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like I mentioned before, like everyone has so many different, like everyone has a different personality and everyone's so different, but we all have something that we like that kind of brings us all together. It's crazy that it's a video game.
It is wild, isn't it? You make all these
definitely.
relationships and friendships for people you probably will never meet, in real life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So now, any plans for this year? Any goals or anything you're looking forward to from either IRL or from a Daisy and streaming standpoint?
Oh, I mean, with streaming wise, I need to concentrate more on creating like content for other platforms.
Yeah.
I did create some videos for say like YouTube Shorts and TikTok, but it's struggled to find the time to edit those.
Yeah.
So I kind of just been shoving just clips on there just so there's something on there. But I think to take more time to do that would be good.
All right.
So kind of concentrate more on YouTube. It'd be nice to kind of aim for partner again at some point, but it's not something I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
So at one point at the start, it was never something I even thought of. And as it like picked up and I could do it full time at one point, I was like, oh, partner would be so good. Imagine that tick.
Yeah.
But kind of it's a goal that I would love to get to, but some point soon, maybe.
All right. All right. So you made it to the end of the podcast, but before I go, I gotta, ask you for a recommendation. Who would you shout out as somebody who could come on the podcast and share a good story?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. There's so many people I could pick. All
right, give me two then. I'll get you.
Oh, two. Okay. I would say Jinxie.
Mm-hmm.
She's become a good friend since the Queens of the Castle, and she's gonna start doing this streaming full time in the new year, and she's so lovely and she's so fun to watch. I mean, she put out a video yesterday of how insane she is with the pistol against
I saw that.
insanely cute guys. Yeah. She's definitely her. And I'd say Jezza as well. Like, he started to do more variety stuff as well, and he's been playing Scum alongside Daisy, which is nice to see. He's become a good friend. He's funny, and his community is nice and welcoming as well.
Excellent. All right, there we go. We got 2 we're coming for.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Hollie. Well, thank you so much for doing this. It was wonderful to meet you, and best of luck.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. Thank you.